A Saturday afternoon in late May, Bobby came into our office talking about a movie. I had never heard of it before now. Later, when I finally tell others about this moment, they simply cannot believe that that movie could have snuck up on me the way it did. At the time, however, it was not so unusual. I was a graduate student in film studies, yes, but my interest was in post-war melodramas of the 1950s. Imitation of Life, Magnificent Obsession. New releases rarely caught my attention. From what I gathered by the way Bobby carried on, this one was a scary movie, a real doozy, well outside the bounds of my expertise. Creepy stuff, he was saying to Cheryl, another office mate of mine. The three of us shared a windowless space on the third floor of the English department at a midwestern university. One I'll refrain from naming because it hardly matters for my story. The office was barely big enough for our 3 desks. Each one was shoved against a different wall, mine beside the community filing cabinet. Normally, the office cleared out for the weekends. So this morning I had been surprised, and mildly annoyed, to find Cheryl at her desk, that carrot-colored hair of hers all bunched up behind her head in a scrunchie. She quietly paged through several books, making notes, never once turning around to bother me. Then Bobby showed up and ruined it. Together, they made a genuine commotion. Bobby wanted to pull up the movie trailer on YouTube to show her what he was talking about, his beefy fingers clicking along her laptop's keyboard. I fumed. I was going to ask them to use headphones to watch the trailer, but Bobby pressed play before I could speak, and a voice from across the room, not to mention from across space and time and even death, rang out from the laptop speakers. Acoustic, bare, Beulah land, the voice sang. I'm longing for you. My skin prickled at the sound of her voice, with the memory of old sores long since healed. On the wall above my desk, several postcards were thumbtacked to a corkboard by a grad student before my time. Rio, Tokyo, Amsterdam. A god's eye view of the cities, their winding roads and closely packed buildings, each snapshot taunting me with elsewhere. The song continued on, infecting the air. Her voice, Mother Maud's, like a slap. The office, the camp, they collapsed into one. The stink of Lake John. The other boys shouting, louder than hell. Lord, they cried. Burn me anew. In the summer of 1999, when I was 15 years old, I spent almost 4 weeks at a camp that was supposed to cure me of my homosexuality. Though I changed in many ways at Camp Levi, my desires, to the grief of everyone involved, did not. The campgrounds were located in central Mississippi on a rural spit of hinterland called the Neck, 2.5 hours south of the Delta, where I grew up. Camp Levi wasn't affiliated with any particular Christian denomination. The founders, Mother Maud and Father Drake, had ties to churches of all kinds, each of them instrumental in helping raise the money to pilot the program, including the church where my father was once the pastor. Before she started the camp, Mother Maud enjoyed a short-lived career as a gospel singer that ran out of steam sometime before her twin brother and former manager contracted AIDS. After his death, she vowed to save other boys from a similar fate, and so the idea for the camp was born.